We manufacture most of everything that we sell, but there are common parts that we have to buy, bearings or cylinders or things that are specialty manufactured and by giant factories. We include the manufacturer's name and the manufacturer's part number in our manual so that if the customer needs it, they have the option to buy it from their local vendor quickly and at a good price. We're aware of the fact that the customer needs that quick, needs it now, and so we don't get in the way of that. It's all about getting up and running as fast as possible. That's it, full stop. They call, they get it, somebody, a human being, within 3 rings. That person either can help them or they put them directly to our parts department. There we have 2 people standing by, and the rule is I want a quote for whatever that customer needs in that customer's hands within 30 minutes. There's no time for downtime. That's basically how we look at it. You shouldn't make it hard for your customers to do business with you. You know, I mean, they're there. They have a need. Fill it, with a smile. Charge a fair price and on to the next thing. We have a critical spare parts list that's developed for every single system that we sell. And that's derived from a couple of different things. One, the things we know are longer lead time, right? That we don't have control over their availability. 2, we mine the data that we have. We have really good data going back decades about how many of certain part numbers we sell. Cross-reference that with what's a long lead time, what can we get you tomorrow versus what's going to take a week or 2, and sometimes worse. And that is how we develop a critical spare parts list for every system we sell. And we urge our customers at the time of delivery, please place an order for these items. Let's get them into your storeroom. The ones that do are very happy they have done so, right? The ones that don't, call with their hair on fire, right? And we do everything we can, but sometimes we're not in control of a very unusual cylinder that has to be made in Japan. We decided to stop going to trade shows. We're spending about $400,000 a year in trade shows. For what? People use Google. So what we decided instead is to take that money and not spend it and pocket it, but to spend it on customer service. So we hired 4 additional field service techs. We put them through extensive training. We staffed a 24/7 phone line. We increased our number of spare parts that we keep in inventory. We invested in machinery that allowed us to make parts in-house. So at this time, we're about 98% self-sufficient. So if a customer calls, they get a real person within 3 rings that can actually help them, right? And this has happened more than a handful of times where we'll say, we don't have that part made, but somebody will stay tonight and make that part. We'll put it on our own airplane in the morning, and I'll fly it to the customer's location. And then they're like, oh, what's that going to cost us? I'm like, well, we'll just figure out what it would cost to send it FedEx overnight, and we'll charge you that. And they can't believe we'll do it. But remember, there's $400,000 I didn't spend on a trade show. What better way to spend that budget than to make your customer feel like he's or she is totally taken care of, that you've got their back. Increasingly, our customers in the sales process are telling us, we appreciate the fact that, that you're not obfuscating these part numbers. And there are parts that are proprietary to us, things that things we designed and we make here. Those are proprietary parts. You can't buy them anywhere else. Now, I could very easily price those things into the stratosphere, right? But we don't. We figure our costs. We put our standard margin on it that we need to make to stay in business and to be healthy. And that's what we charge. We probably have left millions of dollars on the table over the last 47 years, however long it's been. But that's not among our values. That's not how we operate. And we'll never operate